If you're an agency owner or soon to be agency owner, you have to watch this video. My agency has spent over $10 million in ad spend, and we even work with brands and people like Neil Patel, one of the top marketers worldwide. And let me tell you, recently we discovered this new model that has been a game changer. So here's the thing about the agency model versus this new model I'm gonna talk to you about that has honestly helped us triple our business within a couple of months. Most agencies are trapped this like retainer treadmill. Honestly, you're just like chasing after new clients, new talent. Like in order to scale an agency, you have to continuously be hiring. And one thing my partner and I discussed is we always wanted a lean, strong team. With the agency model, you have to create these pods. You consistently need to hire. So as you grow, so does your payroll, right? And you're kind of on this treadmill, finding account manager, media buyers, especially if you're a broad agency, you have to literally go from coaches, plumbers, the whole shebang. And honestly, it becomes a nightmare. Not only that, there's nothing worse than consistently being on these client calls that you have to do. That's part of the agency game, right? Honestly, the agency game has become a rat race. Like there are some agencies that will promise you the world, guarantees, but generally agencies are doing private chats. You are doing reporting weekly, bi-weekly. And honestly, it just gets to a point where you're basically their employee, especially with those chats. They feel like they can talk to you at any time. It just becomes a nightmare when you are trying to scale. That's the point where we hit our agency where we're like, man, we really have to figure out how we can continue scaling with ease and not so much of a headache of having to report to clients every single week, having them complain all day long about certain things. Honestly, the agency model was not built to scale. Once we discovered this new model, it's been a game changer. And before I tell you this, I will say this is risky and it is not for everyone. The great thing about us is we are so confident in our media buying, and I just know that we can provide amazing results, which is why this model has worked so well. So if you're really, really good at media buying, or maybe you have a team or you buy leads from someone or a partner that's really good at media buying, this new model will help you make so much more while doing so much less. And this model is a PPL lead model. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, right before this, we decided to switch to this model. We were like, okay, we need so many more pods. Like right now, we were constantly hiring. Feel like we're running so many businesses. I honestly felt like we were acquisition agency as well, because we're constantly hiring. Okay, we have to get a new pod, we have to get a new account manager, okay, creative, the whole shebang, right? With this model, it is incredible because you run all the ads through your account. Let me just give you a real life example of what we do. We niche down to law firm. In the agency model, if you wanted to service law firms, you would have, okay, they come to you, they pay you, let's just say $5,000, and you would run through their account, you would assign them a media buyer, account manager, weekly calls, private chat, the whole shebang for $5,000, and that's it. A lot of people do not want to do percent of ad spend. That gets a harder sell, right? In this model, you only manage one ad account. Isn't that crazy? And it's amazing because then you get to train your data, you get to train your pixel, you get to have your creatives that already work and are tested and are bulletproof. Instead of bringing on a client, okay, they've never run ads, or maybe they have, their pixel's not set up, conversion API is not set up, their graphics suck. Having to do everything from scratch, everything is already set up because you own this account, right? You run the ads through your account. Not only that, you're also creating a brand. You sell leads. Instead of telling this law firm, hey, we're gonna run your ads, you say, hey, I'm gonna sell you 50 leads for $350 each. So they pay per lead, which is incredible because the deliverables of this model is simply leads. That's it. I know a lot of people at scale making millions, they don't do any meetings. They don't have any chats. Maybe they'll send a report here and there, and that's it. Think about how scalable it is. Like I always laugh with my partner. I'm like, this is crazy. If something terrible happened, or like, I don't know, there's an apocalypse and only him and I survived on our team, we can run the whole company with just him and I. Isn't that crazy? You don't need all these pods, you don't need all these account managers, managers. Yeah, I would say have an account manager, have obviously your media buyer. At scale, you want to do obviously Google, start going into YouTube. But to keep it simple, if you're only doing Meta, you only need one media buyer, okay? That one media buyer can service A, B, C, D, E, all these law firms, or all these, let's just say you're in the vertical of insurance. I know a lot of people do that. All these insurance companies. And your deliverable is simply leads. And you know what the best part is? If you want to make more money from a client as an agency, right now you either A, have them agree to some sort of like percent of ad spend. So if they spend more, you get more, which A is a harder sell, honestly. People will say, yeah, just add that, just add that. It's a harder sell. And once you start working with bigger brands and bigger businesses like us, we have some like corporate clients, they're not doing that. I don't care what guru tells you on YouTube that they'll do that. Most people, especially bigger brands, won't do that. But with this model, if you want to make more from a client, you know what you do? You sell them more leads. To keep it simple, you're selling a law firm 50 leads, 300 each. Let's just keep it 300 each. And they're like, hey, this test pilot this month really well. We really like your leads. Can we buy 50 more leads? Can we crank it up to 100 leads per month now? So now they're buying 100 leads, 300 a pop. Guess what? You just doubled the amount of money you made without having to do a single thing. When I first heard about this model, I was like, this is crazy. Like, why haven't we done this? Why haven't we heard of this? And it's been a game changer. I feel like marketing agency space has been so glamorized, but at scale, like when you first start, it's like, ooh, all good and dandy. At scale, that's when it becomes a nightmare. I absolutely love this model because all you have to do is you have to optimize your funnel, your creatives, your media buying, and you just distribute those leads to different people. Keep it simple, log client, and they're like, hey, we want 60 leads. Perfect. You don't have to run any new ads. You don't have to create a new ad account, sync anything. You have the data, you have the creatives, you just send them their way and they pay you. And this is a performance model. So obviously if your leads are not converting, people will not want to buy from you, which is why I say if you're good at media buying or you have a partner, you have someone you can buy leads from that's confident in what they're doing, this is the way to go. And honestly, we've tripled our agency within the last 3 months after switching to this model. It's been a game changer. And it's honestly such an easy sell. People don't want to be like, okay, pay me $5,000 just to manage your ads. And then on top of that, you have to spend another $10K on ad spend. And yeah, you might get about X amount of leads. Like people, just psychology, people do not want to know that every month they're paying you $5,000 when they feel like they can put that in ads. When you're telling them, hey, all you do is you pay me $300 per lead. It feels like such an easier sell. And honestly, like just looking at our numbers, even from our sales calls, this model is converting so much more. And it makes sense. Like if I was a law firm, let's just keep it simple. Someone's like, hey, you're gonna pay me $5,000 and then you have to pay $10K in ad spend. Or if someone's like, hey, pay me $15,000 and you get 50 leads. I'd choose B. It's simple and I don't want to know that I'm paying you $5,000. And the best part for us is that they're gonna like these leads, right? Because you're gonna turn it good quality leads. They're gonna wanna continue buying more from you. A lot of people that buy leads, they're not just buying leads from you, they're buying leads from a lot of different places. But if you can prove that you have the best leads, they'll continue buying more from you. And the more they buy from you, the more money you make. So you can literally scale this to honestly millions with just a handful of clients. So with the agency model, if you wanted to make more money from a client, like I said, you do the percent of ad spend, or you have to like do these upsells left and right and email and appointment setting, all these like upsells. And I'm not saying, and the great thing about the PPL model is like there is upsells you can do obviously, but you can easily double how much you're making without having to do anything different, is what I'm saying. So I just wanted to share this model with you. If you currently have an agency or you're starting an agency, look into the PPL model. My partner actually has a free school community where he gives so many resources out. So if you guys want to check that out down below. And if you have any other questions, you're curious about this model, you want to learn more about the back end or just any specific questions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know what else you guys want to see.